Welcome back to Watching Business Morning here on Channels Television. It was on Wednesday that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu signed the Nigeria Data Protection Bill 2023 into law. It's been described as a massive leap forward in the global data race. Well, we know that one of the promises, the campaign promises of the president was also on digital economy. So we shouldn't be surprised, but I guess some people believe it's coming early and it's good. So we have joining us now for this conversation, Chizi Oti, Associate at Strain and Bland Partners, joins us virtually to have this conversation. Hi, Chizi, good morning. Great. So this is a very interesting one, especially for the Gen Zs, the new generation and all of that. So help us to understand, breaking down this law to anybody who can understand, what is this about? We've been talking about data protection even before now. What is special about this?
So understanding that we're in a time and age where everything is digital. And previously you could have to go to the supermarket to maybe shop, or you have to go walk in store. But now everything is done at your comfort, from your phones, on the internet. So with that, you're putting your information out there. It means data is going out. Data is like gold now. People are mining data, people are processing data. So the Data Protection Act gives everyone confidence that, okay, despite the fact that we know you're putting your data out there, you can be assured that your data is going to be processed correctly, that there is security for your data, and you have the right to hold your data processors, to hold them to responsible for whatever actions or breach of data. So it's like a security that they are protected, your data is good to go, and you could carry on business even as a business owner in Nigeria, knowing that the laws are in place. So the Data Protection Act is, like you said, it's in a Gen Z period. It's a good breakthrough. It's a beautiful one.
So help us to understand the definitions. For instance, you talked about data processors. Who are they? What can I call my personal data? Is it my name? Is it my phone number? Is it my account details? What makes up these important features in this law?
All right. Data for me to say, my individual data, you're either trying to either sending promotional messages, you're sending messages of your products, you're sending newsletters, or whatever the case it might be. So data processors are people who actually process the data. So they may be also data controllers. That means they are the ones who receive the data, but you could also be the one receiving and not the one processing the data. So that one makes the difference between a data controller and a data processor. Now, your personal data is any identifier, any information that can identify you. It could be physiological, it could be psychological, it could be medical, it could be your name, it could be your card number, it could be genetic, it could be anything. Once that information can be used to identify you as a natural person, then it's your personal data. And then once you give that personal data, perhaps you put your name down somewhere, or you log into an app or a website, your location data is put into that place, your name is put into that place, then that person who receives it becomes a data controller. Then if the person is going to further, as a result of that information they take from you, provide you some sort of service and maybe have to put in their records and process it, then that person becomes a data processor.
All right, so what are the penalties and the processes to get succor, for instance, if I feel that my rights has been infringed upon based on this law?
The very innovative part of the law is that it establishes the Nigerian Data Protection Commission. And that commission is tasked with the responsibility to take on matters of data violation, data breach, data violation that any data subject might feel. So if you as a data subject, an individual, have your data right being violated, you have the right to go to the commission, to report the matter to the commission, and then they will conduct an investigation into it. And once, maybe upon the conclusion of the investigation, they realize that, oh yes, there was a violation of the data right of the data subject, then there are like different options. They could either ask the data processor to compensate the data subject for whatever violation that might have taken place, especially where it has led to perhaps loss in a monetary loss or some sort of harm or hurt or damages. Now, where they do not ask them to pay or compensate the data subjects, they could also be asked, the data processors could be asked to show profit they have made as a result of that violation. So they have to declare profit they have made as a result of the violation of the data subject. Or when it comes to monetary penalties, the commission can decide to issue certain penalties. And these penalties are dependent on the category in which those data processors fall into. So the Data Protection Act now creates for data processors of major importance and data processors other than data processors of major importance. So where it's a data processor of major importance, then the fine is going to be 10 million naira or 2% of the gross revenue of the previous financial year of that organization, whichever is higher. But where it's a data processor other than the data processor or major importance, then it's going to be 2 million naira or 2% of the annual gross revenue of the previous financial year of that organization, whichever is higher also. So you know that as a data subject, you can actually approach the commission where you feel that perhaps your data right is likely to be infringed upon or it has been infringed upon, and then you are sure that there is some sort of compensation to you or there's some sort of penalty to the data processor or controller if they're found guilty.
Well, I hope people will not get very busy trying to make money out of this with all of those penalties. But, I mean, the president, you said?
Money doesn't go to the data subject. Except it's the aside of the compensation, but the fine itself doesn't go to the data subject. It's a fine issued by the commission to the processor.
Oh, to the president. Okay. So the president had promised to create about 1 million jobs in the digital economy. How does this feed into that?
Okay, like I said earlier, data is like gold now. People might need data. Businesses thrive because they have to process data or they're currently using data. So the fear of a lot of people using the internet or using applications is perhaps the fear of, okay, if I put my data up on the internet, what is the possibility I don't get spammed by calls or by messages or by emails? So it gives comfort to consumers knowing that, okay, they could use a particular platform and the data is secure. And that means more people using digital platforms. It means more businesses opening up. Also knowing that they as businesses, there are strict laws that govern the data space, and they won't just be held guilty randomly for data breaches that are not contained or enshrined in a specific and unified law. So that way you see that there are more businesses who will be more willing to go digital, and then there'll be more people willing to use those businesses. So it's basically like once there's more demand, more people using it, and there are more businesses coming into play.
Well, I do hope that the process will be made clean and transparent so people can actually trust the process and embrace it. Because having the law is actually one thing, which is what we have noticed in Nigeria, but implementing the law, making it work is another story. But anyway, thank you so much, Chizi Oti, Associate of Strain and Blend Partners, for sharing your thoughts with us this morning, and enjoy the rest of your day.